Hey guys, it's Sebastian from Ask Sebi, and today we are going to talk about how charge cards affect your credit history. So the reason why people are confused about this is because with charge cards, you typically have to pay off your balance in full every single month. With credit cards, you can keep a balance, meaning that it's a bit different for your credit history. These cards also don't technically have a limit that is posted, even though there is an internal limit from American Express's end. So the big question is, how does this affect your utilization? If there's technically not a limit, how does it work? In the past, what they ended up doing was looking at your largest statement that was posted and treating that as the limits. So for example, let's say you had a transaction last month, so let's say it was your first month, and you had $10,000 post. And let's say this month it was $1,000, so this would mean that your utilization was going to be 10% for this month. So the current balance divided by the largest balance that is ever posted. So that was the past, but currently it actually works a bit differently, and the main reason is because that model is kind of broken if you think about it. So as of right now, as of 2018, what happens is even though the balance you have on that card posts on your credit, it does not affect your utilization. This means that even if you have a really large balance, it's not technically going to affect the utilization, which is a good thing. So if you are someone who is trying to improve that number, then getting a charge card might make a lot of sense. There are other options though, like prepaying your cards and obviously paying off the other cards that would probably still make more sense than necessarily getting a charge card solely to do this. I'm actually a pretty big fan of charge cards because I think it teaches really good habits. So instead of keeping a balance, you do have to pay it off in full every single month. Be aware though that even with charge cards, after you have a bit of history with them, eventually they are going to let you pay over time, but again, I wouldn't really recommend it because you do have to pay interest. In most cases, it's not going to make sense. The main reason I mention that is because I'm sure there are some people with charge cards who are going to tell me that they have the option to pay over time. Examples of charge cards are going to be the green card, the PRG card, so this is the Premier Rewards Gold card, as well as the Platinum card. There's also the business variations of all of those cards as well. For most people, I think the PRG card as well as the Platinum card are going to be the ones that make more sense, but again, you still want to make sure that you're getting positive expected value from the cards. The green card typically doesn't really make sense for most people. The main reason I wanted to mention that is because I think there is this kind of misconception that you have to get the green card first before getting the PRG card and then eventually the Platinum card, and that's not really the case. So you don't really even need to bother with the green card. The funny thing with charge cards is that the approval requirements are typically a lot lower because, again, since you have to pay it off in full, American Express's risk is a lot less. I've seen some people who have a high 600 score, so let's say 690, who have some other cards, so they do have some history, who end up getting the Platinum card. If you do want to build some history with Amex, don't get the green card, get something like the Everyday card, which is kind of the same idea but makes a lot more sense to me because it's an anchor card that doesn't have an annual fee, and it's kind of a safe haven for your membership reward points. Again, if you want to get the green card, if it makes sense for you, that's fine, but I've had a lot of people who do consultations on the website who tell me that they end up having to cancel it or wanting to cancel it because there's a certain point where it doesn't really add any value. Especially since there's an annual fee for that card and you're not really getting that many perks, it doesn't really make that much sense. On that note, if you are looking to apply for any of these cards that we have talked about and you want to support our channel, a really easy way to do that would be to apply for the cards using the links on our site. So I hope that was helpful, and let me know if you guys have any questions. My question for you guys is, do you have any other questions about charge cards? Hopefully I covered everything, but again, I know it's a bit confusing because they work a bit differently. If there's enough questions, I'll probably do a separate video covering some FAQ stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, it really helps us out. And if you know anyone else who'd benefit from what we just talked about, feel free to share this video with them because it's probably going to help them out. But otherwise, hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time.